What about the Bears?
So 1 seed.
You don't go on a Super Bowl run with that pass game right now. The pass game's improved to what it was last year, but you don't.
right.
It's the best run game or one of the best run games in
Could get
football,
there.
but pass game wise, it's just not good enough
It's
to
not
go on
there
a
yet.
Super Bowl run.
Got it. I understand what you're saying. I don't have any more arguments against what you said there because these stats are alarming. And I just watching the Bears games in one of the quad boxes, okay, not watching every single snap and like kind of paying attention. And you're just seeing the Bears have this run that they're having. And it's like
I only see Caleb throw touchdown passes.
That's the red
Me
zone.
too.
That's the red zone effect.
that is right. They need to stop with what they're doing. With what they're doing.
16.
I can't be doing that anymore. Don't ruin
They had 2 minutes of commercial.
the thing.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Too much, you say. 2 minutes. I'm not diving into it all.
should do this.
But Caleb Williams, I just have been assuming that he's been doing incredible stuff. Had the game winner where he gets the edge against the Giants, I think, a couple weeks back.
Yep.
And then he has all these incredible throws and everything like that. And then the
That's a great
stats
throw.
start coming out, and then you hear Coach Ben Johnson say, like, hey, we're winning in spite of our pass game. I'm like, I don't know. I've seen some great
Pass
passes.
games explosive.
And then the stats start coming out, and it's like, oh, I guess on a play-to-play basis, he's just still not there yet. You know, like the timing of offense and being on time and hitting just like classic slant here, classic stop, like classic, those throws still not hitting at a majority of a clip. Is that what you're saying? And what are these stats are saying?
Yeah, and it's all 11 of their offense in the pass game taking part. I would tell you it's route discipline, ball location. There's an incompletion that he has to the right sideline against Philly, which is a deep out to DJ Moore, and I think it encapsulates their pass game because you see a throw as the end result, and you go, gosh, Caleb, that ball's 2 yards behind DJ Moore. And I would sit here and tell you, well, when the ball leaves Caleb's hands, DJ goes like 6 more yards into his route. There's no way that should be the case. So is it Caleb's drops just a fraction too fast? Should he hold it and take another hitch? Does DJ go one revolution too much in his route and he therefore ends up deep, and therefore because the ball's out of the quarterback's hands so quickly is a missed throw rather than a completion? And so I think that they're still searching for the everybody being on the same page, details of the timing of the pass game, receivers. You know, I grew up with Mike Martz as a coach of mine, and he was notorious for saying as a receiver, be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, never fool the quarterback. And it looks like at times that receiving corps is still searching to get that, and Caleb's trying to be on the same page as well. So he's improved. He's been clutch. He's made plays, has created way less problems for himself than he did last year. But the pass game still leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay, and that's all reps, right? That's all timing, reps. That's all being on the same page and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
I talk about this a lot, but it was an opportunity to watch just greatness kind of operate. During the lockout, there was workouts being put together by players, you know, by themselves. And I got a chance to be a part of a couple of the offense ones led by Peyton. The amount of times that Reggie, number one wide receiver, ran same route. They ran same route, same drop. I mean, it was like 10 straight times, all out, same rep, same exact thing. And then they go to the next one, then to the next one, then to the next one, then to the next one. And then you got like Dallas Clark doing like 15 hard, same exact routes. And it's like the amount of reps that went into the timing of like, they knew that it was all, we are orchestrating something here that is all being timed perfectly. So it's basically unguardable is what they are trying to do there as you kind of drop off. But it's like, that's a reps thing, right? That's all like that's a very much a need to work together type thing.
Yeah. And yes, because at the end of the day, the starting point for high level pass games is quarterback throws the ball. In the NFL, quarterback throws the ball before the receivers are open. And that's that whole premise of throwing guys open. Now, these types of throws where, you know, quarterbacks are a little bit more on the move or whatnot, guys are going to be, you're not throwing with as much anticipation as you would a pocket passing game. Pocket pass game in the NFL, you're throwing the ball before the receiver's open. And I would tell you more often than not, receivers never see the quarterback. If you hear great receivers talk about catching passes those receivers, when they come out of their cut, they're not snapping their head back looking for the quarterback. You watch good receivers, and when they come out of a break, whether it's an out route, a comeback, an in route, their eyes immediately go up to the sky, up to the air, because they're searching for the football. They're not peeking to see, do I see the quarterback? You can't see the quarterback because the offensive linemen are huge. And so, for a quarterback, I have to throw the ball to a spot more often than not and trust that you're going to get to that spot at the right time. And so that's why it just takes countless reps. And then that's on air. Then we're adding in a defense, a defender, moving parts, your route being bumped off a yard or a step. And so that's why you're talking about all those reps. Hey, on this out route by DJ Moore, what happens if I get pressed? What happens if I get to the top and I get a little bit of a body tug? And so that's why, those reps and the confidence that is needed by the quarterback to throw the ball, because I'm throwing it before you're ready for it. So, I got to believe that you're going to be there, or bad things can happen.
Dude, CJ, we were watching CJ this past weekend because,
Yep.
with where we're at, we get a chance to, there's a couple different times during the field that we are right in the pocket, basically, with CJ Stroud. He was throwing these balls. He couldn't see shit. I know he couldn't see shit because I'm right behind him. Everybody, there's a hand in his face and the offensive line, and he is just throwing directly to a spot, and this thing just levitates to a spot, and then boom, Nico Collins is there. And it's like, he didn't see Nico. There's no way Nico saw him in this entire thing. And he was throwing this, I don't know, maybe 75 miles an hour to a spot. And it's like so confident that it was going to be a completion. And then we're just walking down and we're doing it again. And then we're doing it again.
Yeah.
And it's like the anticipation, obviously the accuracy to the spot, the amount of work that goes into that. But then also having the courage to let that thing fly when knowing a pick six changes an entire game. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. That's why whenever CJ stepped in his rookie year and had so much success, I think everybody was mind blown. And when Jaden steps in and has so much success, it's like in college, there's times, especially Jaden down at LSU, especially with the guys he had, those dudes don't have somebody within 20 yards of them. And Jaden has eyes on him since before snap and during the entire thing to do that. So for Jaden to get into the NFL and have no idea where somebody's going to be or where they're supposed to be and spin it, I think that's the most impressive part about these rookie quarterbacks. So Caleb is going through that right now, I think. I think he's trying to figure that out. And I don't think that's an easy thing to get comfortable with. I'm going to throw it to fucking, who knows?
And Pat, one of the things that I would tell you is great throwing quarterbacks, great passing quarterbacks, and therefore great passing games. I would tell you the quarterback more so than not is throwing away from the defender than to his guy. A lot of times quarterbacks, I don't want to sit here and tell you that they don't see the receiver, but against specific zone defenses, you're throwing more often than not, you're throwing away from defenders to a spot that that receiver is going to get to in that pass concept. And that's why you'll see Stafford be so capable of throwing no-lookers, or Joe Burrow being so capable of throwing no-lookers, is because they don't really need to see the receiver. I see the defender. And if this defender and that defender are there, I know where they're not, and I know where my guy is supposed to get to. But that takes thousands of reps. And it's going to take Caleb just time to get there. And that's when we hear people talk about the timing of a pass game. That's why it's not just, the in shorts, in the backyard or in the practice field. It's not just that timing of I'm running 12 steps on this in route and I'm going 5 steps on my drop back. It's okay. Well, if this defender, shoves me, it's just, there's so many different variables that can alter the timing of it. But I would tell you, most really high end passing quarterbacks really don't see receivers. They see defenders and throw away from them.
Well, we'll assume that Caleb will be able to get to that point. Jared Goff was there. Will MCDC take advantage of that tonight against the Dallas Cowboys? Will the Bears be able to slay the Packers? We shall see. It's a magical time in the NFL. We appreciate you joining us, Dano.